I dare man to tell me there's no God. I dare man to tell me it's all lies. Where was you at? We was riding through the trap with a trunk full of crack going against all odds. Was you around when they gunned me down and life passed before my eyes? Nah, you around as I write this down. I pay attention as the dead letters rise, dead letters.
Alright, before we get going, let me show you that these firearms are clear. Nothing in the chamber. Magazine well empty. See straight through it. Bracket. Clear. Also here, nothing in the cylinder. Empty. Nothing in the chamber. Alright, we got some clear firearms here. So what do we have? We got the Glock 20, Smith & Wesson 16, both of which are chambered in 10 mil auto, 10 millimeter, which is this round right here. And I only got the 22 up here for comparison's sake. I also got a 40 cal sitting right here. Now, the Glock 20 is typically called the bear gun. It's called the bear gun, obviously, because people take it when they're traveling in bear country. Why? Because it got a lot of knockdown power. You're talking about a round that has around 1,300, that travels at 1,300 feet per second at about 600 or so foot-pounds of torque, as opposed to a 45 ACP, which is traveling at about 900 feet per second and has about 400 or so foot-pounds of torque. So this one is hitting at 400 foot-pounds of torque. 10 mil is hitting at 600 foot-pounds of torque because of the higher velocity. Faster you can make a bullet go, the harder it'll hit. And that's part of the reason why I love the Glock 20, chambered in 10 mil. Travels fast and hits hard. This Glock 20 is tripped out with a Holosun 407C, and it's solar powered, also battery powered. So either way, your dot gonna always be there. Got this one with a red dot. I kind of jump back and forth between red dots and green dots on my pistols. Also got it equipped with an O light down here, a light in case you're in some low light situations. You can throw that light on, give you a little additional light. On top of having a red dot and some backup sights, they're not suppressor height, but that sucker is still sitting out there if you need it for a reference point just to put on a target. Also got a laser with that light. So in case you need to get onto a target really, really fast in a low light situation, you can get right on that target with that laser. Very important. So just think about some of those things, when you are dressing your guns out. I don't necessarily put lights on all my pistols because I don't like the fact that in order to use this light, I also have to be pointing my pistol at something. Now, it's great when you need light and a pistol pointed at the same thing, but you definitely do not want to just be trying to get some additional light and in doing so, pointing your pistol at that person, thing at the same time, unnecessarily. So there's pros and cons to having lights on your pistols. So just things to think about. The Glock 20 is also called the bear gun. A lot of people take it with them when they're traveling bear country, as opposed to a 45 or even a 44 Magnum. They take this because this here is going to hit just as hard, but you're gonna get a lot more rounds in this magazine as opposed to, say, a 44 Magnum revolver. You're only talking about getting 5 rounds inside that cylinder. What would you want to travel with? 5 rounds, larger revolver, smaller pistol, 15 rounds. So that's why it's most hunters' choice to take with them when they're traveling up in some areas where they might run into some large game that wants to make them their dinner. I also love the 10 mil because it's a very flexible and durable round. For example, you could take this 40 cal, you could take this 40 cal and shoot it through a 10 millimeter pistol all day long. I do it. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you it can be done with no problems. Even this Smith & Wesson 16, which is chambered in 10 mil, you can run 40 cal through it. You just need to get some moon clips. What moon clips do is they act sort of like an adapter, which will keep the bullet from dropping down into the cylinder. Let me show you this here. So if I took a 10 mil, it'll drop right down into the cylinder just fine. Chamber just fine, fire just fine. Flip it up, empty casing falls right out. Now if I take a 40 cal, put it in there, it will actually go all the way in and through the cylinder. That's why you need these moon clips. Take the moon clips, snap that sucker right on there, like so. You got a whole round of them right here, already on some moon clips. Take it, drop it in, bam, ready to rock and roll. And having these 40 cals on moon clips, multiple moon clips, and just able to just drop 6 of them in there all at once, that's nice. That's nice. And also to have the flexibility to shoot 40 cal as opposed to 10 mil is nice. Reason being, these 40 cals run about 30% cheaper than the 10 mil. Shooting them suckers get expensive, adds up. So if you just want to go to the range and whatnot, just to kind of, you know what I'm saying, get used to the feel, the sights, the recoil of your firearm, shoot 40 cal. Granted, the 10 mil is going to hit a little different, but it'll get you very close at not as much cost. I don't know if any of you have tried this. I have. I've shot 38 special rounds through a 357. No problem. That's a well-known fact. Everybody knows that. I bring that up to let you know that these two act the same way. You can shoot 40 cal through 10 mil all day, but don't get it twisted. You can't do the reverse. You cannot shoot 10 mil through a 40 cal pistol. Just like you cannot shoot 357 through a 38 special pistol. Don't try it. It's too large. The casings are slightly different. They just the most minute difference. Okay, so don't get it twisted and try the reverse. It don't work both ways. I shot this 10 mil actually earlier today. Took it out to the range, and I haven't shot it in a long time. And after I shot it today, it reminded me of why I love this gun so much. I even forgot I had that laser dot on it.
Yes, sir. A hard hitting, smooth shooting, high velocity round. Love it. Let's see what she does. Push the target out to, let's go to 7 yards, 21 feet. All right. $15 rounds, 10 mil. I almost forgot how much I love this gun. Oh, all the rounds are touching. I had one flyer right here. I felt it when I did it. Other than that, nice tight little group.
And I love it, man. If you're in a situation and you need to just, not only do you have that red dot, but you got that laser, you know what I'm saying? You got that additional light. I mean, you cooking with gas, Jack. this here 10 mil, this Glock 20 chambered at 10 mil, it's also going to be easier to conceal than a big old 44 revolver. So that's it, man. I love it. Love to hear what you got to say about it. I don't know if you've ever even shot a 10 mil. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel about them. Like them, hate them, want to get one, never will get one. Let me know in the comments. I can tell you for a fact you won't be disappointed if you was to buy this gun or a similar type gun chambered in 10 mil. You're gonna have something that's gonna hit hard, gonna hit fast, and gonna hit every time. Sometimes that's important. For example, in the wintertime, when you are trying to stop a threat that may have on 3, 4, 5 different thick layers. Now, a defensive round chambered in 9 mil may not get the job done. It may not be able to go through them 3, 4 thick layers. Or even if it does go through those 3 layers, it's not gonna have the same terminal effect as, say, a 10 mil. Even in the similar defensive type round, a 10 mil is gonna be flying a lot faster than a 9 mil, and it'll get the job done through those additional layers. I bring this here little 22 up here just for comparison's sake, so you can see, how big of a difference it is between a 22 and a 10 mil, and even a 45. 45 is still a beautiful round. I mean, I'm not trying to knock the 45. I love shooting a 45. I have a couple pistols chambered in that. For example, I have a Nighthawk Custom. It's a 1911, chambered in 45. That sucker is accurate every single time. Absolutely love shooting it. The only problem is you only get so many rounds in a single stack magazine. It's a double stack magazine. Double the amount of rounds. More stopping power. It's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing behind me getting this Smith & Wesson 610 was that this was a limited run gun. Smith & Wesson had for a while stopped even producing the Smith & Wesson 610. So once they brought it back into production, I found one. Of course, I had to snatch one up. Nothing like a 10 millimeter round. This too, it's a double action revolver. Double action means that this pistol will do 2 things. It will not only bring the hammer back, but it will also drop the hammer. It also can be operated in a single action mode, meaning you bring the hammer back, and when I pull the trigger, it only does one thing, and that's drop the hammer. So, double action, single action. 6 rounds, 16 rounds, when you count 15 in the magazine plus 1 in the chamber. But they're both beautiful guns. Highly recommend them. Highly recommend them. What else can be said about them? I don't know. Love it. Get you a hollow sun. Only thing I would do differently is put a larger dot on it. Now, since I bought this pistol and dressed it out, Holosun has come out with what's called a Holosun 507 comp, meaning it's a competition size dot. You got a window that's about 50% bigger than this. That's important because as you swing that pistol up, if you have a larger window, you have a bigger area to find your dot in. And the quicker you find your dot, the quicker you can put that dot right on the target. You know what I'm saying? So, just want to still get in the habit of bringing that pistol up and finding that dot as quick as possible. It's all about muscle memory. Get in that window, find that dot. Get in that window, find that dot. Get in that window, find that dot. Shh. Sit. Tell me what you think. Love it.